people are in a relationship or, working together, family, something, is it helpful to kind of bring their maps together or have them kind of work on them together as opposed to doing them separately?
Good question. I think that would be based on a very group basis. I think it would depend on the group dynamics or the relationship dynamics about where they were in that particular stage, whether they were ready and willing to share that, or whether they need to keep it their own. And either way, there's no right or wrong. But it would definitely be based on an individual at the time basis. So yeah, you could do that, and you would definitely need to make sure that all parties were interested in doing that and willing to do that, and being okay if they're not.
I'm sure there's a lot of that in just therapy in general, where someone says, we are going to go to therapy, and the other one goes because the other person wants to go, but they don't want to go, as opposed to both choosing to go together.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are couples therapists out there. I tend to, and again, like, there's no right or wrong way to do this. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. It's just what I do is I tend to work with people individually. If they come to me and say, we're having relationship difficulties, we want to work through some stuff, then usually I'd say, okay, I'm going to work with you both individually. Once you have got all of your stuff under control and understanding who you are and what you're bringing to the relationship, then we can bring you together. But I think it's very difficult when people have too much of their own stuff and they're not able to be open to the other person, then it's going to be battling a very difficult battle. But of course, there are people that are already at that stage too, so that could go straight into working together. But generally, yeah, I'd work one-to-one first.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense, because just like with starting with the heading and then going to a list and going to linking, it seems that it would be helpful to start with establishing the relationship between you and the client, or maybe you and their partner, and then once those have begun, then you can bring them together, kind of like stages.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And yeah, so you could do, like, they could do individual lists, and then they could do lists together as well, because then you get a good idea of their collective beliefs, and you also see the conflicts of those collective beliefs. Like, common one is, we celebrate Christmas, we don't.